Okay, and we are back to Lightning Returns. Sorry that I'm like, what, 3 or 4 days late. But you see, I had some very important changes to take care of. My computer was acting very strangely. I don't know what happened, but I think I had another virus. I tried I was using the Internet Explorer and I tried browsing it. What the fuck you mean you got the first strike? Damn, I hate these things, man. Anyway, when you fight the Omega Fish thing here, it's always on the ground, unfortunately. And when you fight it this way, this thing is very annoying. You fight on the ground because of that shit right there. That damn rush. I hate that. It's kind of hard to block it because it's hard to see him since he's in the sand. And if it hits you, it'll delay you and stuff like that. It's really annoying little monster here. He's in the ground like that. And this thing has a surprisingly large amount of hit points. Alright. He's weak to win like all of them, fortunately. Now, sometimes he goes back on the ground. I don't know why he's still up, but I'm not complaining. Ah, I wasn't paying attention.
Going to change course.
Fire it up. Okay, he's doing this again. Yeah. When he does this right here, I hate this. And this is the sole reason why I chose to fight him. I didn't know he had Bravey. Good thing I got my stuff on. This is the sole reason why I chose to fight these guys in nighttime instead of daytime. Because of that shit right there. That is such an annoying ability. I hate that. Alright. Fuck this. Yeah, when you see me using overclock, that means I'm getting pretty annoyed. I don't like this thing. Fuck it. Fuck it hell. Stop that. It's hard to block that too. It's really hard to block that shit. I mean, it's easy to block. It's hard to block perfectly. Yeah, that either I'm just rusty or I suck, or that's actually a surprisingly difficult monster to beat when he's Omega because of that underground stuff. But it's all good. I don't care about the star ratings right now because I can take care of that in the I can take care of that in the art. Okay, now I was originally going to skip this quest because when I first looked at it, it sounded kind of annoying. Come on now, go down. Thank you. Family food. When I first looked at this, it sounded kind of annoying, but it's actually quite easy. Once you activate it, all I gotta do is go to these restaurants and talk to them and eat their food. And conveniently, all these restaurants are real close together.
Welcome.
I'll be nice. I'll buy the most expensive one.
From the elegance, some cocktails can be served, chilled. Everyone has their own preferences.
I ain't got time to hear that. Are they going? Shut up, Hope.
But you still have more to learn. You should visit more restaurants.
Step right up.
Actually, I'm not wasting any gear because the stuff I'm gonna buy costs a lot of money.
Grilling and roasting, and we do that better than anyone else.
Shut up, Hope.
I'm glad you're.
Every one of our fishes. We get our seafood. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice.
Shut up, Hope.
You're gonna be a real food connoisseur by the time this is over. You just have 3 more restaurants left to visit.
Come enjoy the healthy fruits of the earth.
What's up with the pumpkin head, baby?
Even kids who hate greens love my veggie dishes. Vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color. You want a wide variety for...
Shut up, Hope.
2 more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the Glutton's Quarter.
Is there a reason why kids hate vegetables so much? Do I need a freeze time? Yes, because I'm not quite done with this place yet. Alright, so, which one haven't I visited yet? I got that one, I got that one. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a pain in the ass at first, but it's actually very easy because all of them are real close together. And all you got to do is go up to these restaurants and sample their food, then go back to the dude, then go to another person and stuff. It's actually very easy.
We have a popular selection of sweets. Our customers come here to put down their shopping bags and rest their weary feet. Our cakes and sweets are the perfect pick-me-up for just about everyone. We put a lot of love into our cakes, and that's what makes them so good. They're like treats for your palate and soul.
Shut up, Hope.
Almost there, Light.
Let me see. Go up here.
Welcome, everyone, to the... Welcome. When offering a complete dining experience to discerning patrons, superb food and excellent drinks are not enough. One must... I am constantly assessing the dining space our customers want.
All they're doing is talk about how good their food is. I don't want to hear that. Shut up, Hope.
Well, you visited all the best restaurants.
Well, how goes the culinary tour?
I did what you suggested. I visited the top restaurants in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now let me give you the advice I promised. If CD's restaurant wants to turn its business around... wait, let me ask you something first. You've eaten at CD's and at the best establishments in Houston. Why don't you tell me what you think is the main difference between the two? I'd be interested to hear your opinion. In your own words, of course.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old CD's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something seemed off.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it deliberately at all. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special ingredient that makes their food stand out from the others.
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only after visiting a few establishments. It is as you say, the best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi, a secret something that makes their offerings unique. And finding that something, that is what I do best. In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about CD's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent is there to make that restaurant a success. Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. He cannot secure supplies, and that is why he struggles. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, CD's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk. But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about CD's.
Well, a long time ago, let's just say we have a close history and leave it at that.
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurant should start bringing in customers.
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be to defeat certain monsters. Such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing. He has the recipe for success, he just needs the final ingredient.
So it turns out this civet musk is a precious commodity. Why don't you let Gordon Gourmet know you have some? He can tell you what to do next.
Anyway, the item he wants happens to be... What the hell is it? This thing right here. I remember fighting one of those cat things in town, and then it dropped the item, and then I said, what the hell is this? I think that's what this is right here. So chances are you most likely already have this thing once you're ready to do this. Anyway, since we already have it, we don't have to go anywhere.
Ha! I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. CD's is lucky to have you on its side.
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of CD's, for all of your helpful advice.
Oh, quite so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. I just get caught up in a project and start thinking it's my own restaurant I'm saving. But back to business. Here, I developed this new and original recipe. I want you to take it back to CD's together with the civet musk you acquired. The owner will be waiting anxiously for you.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. Not ever again. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and CD's the very best. Please tell him that whatever happens, I'll be praying for his success.
Alright, we get a new recipe. Let's take it back to the seeds, dude. Shut up, Hope!
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you remember what the owner of CD's told us when we met?
You mean the story about his son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling? Great minds, Hope. We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't meet CD's owner. But he still clearly wants to help out. Let's take the civet musk and recipe to CD's.
Okay, where was that dude again? Anyway, guys, as I was saying, I had a strange virus on my computer. Rather than go through the heck trying to find out what the fuck's going on, I saved all my stuff and I did a factory restore. So I restored it to how it was when I first picked it up.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with this civet musk. Do that and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least, that's what he said.
Why, thank you. This is wonderful. How can I ever repay you? This is incredible. Everything is here in black and white. A groundbreaking dish. I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon Gourmet oozes from every word.
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand. Wait. This handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes, I've seen it before. These swirls, these bold loops. Could it be?
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe? But more importantly, he's in this town. Is he happy?
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry at me?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish, just like the recipe lays out. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very least, I want him to try it. Truth be told, what I really want to tell him is to come back to CD's and work with me. Perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch. Would that be enough to entice him back? I don't know.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might be enough for him.
And there it is, finished at last. Here, please, I want you to be the first to taste it.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway. Wow. This might be the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit must go to my son, it was his doing. Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many favors, but would you do this last thing for me?
Sure. I'll take it to Gordon Gourmet.
I'm assuming you're supposed to do all this stuff while you're fighting monsters here to keep your hit points in check, but I've already killed everything, so yeah, that's not going to be a problem. Anyway, as I was saying, guys, so yeah, I did a factory restore to restore this damn thing to how it was when I first bought it. That way I can get rid of anything and everything on the computer. I saved all my important files, of course. And also, I'm going to try using Google Chrome instead of Internet Explorer. A lot of people have been busting my chops about using Internet Explorer, so I'm going to try Chrome now and see if it's much better. I've already noticed the difference in Chrome. It's a lot faster. It has more options. I can like easily block cookies and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. Now, this game has a lot of dysfunctional families, as you're about to see in this episode here.
Oh, do I smell what I think I smell? I do, don't I? That must be my recipe.
Yes, the owner at Seedy's insisted that I bring you a portion so you could taste it for yourself.
I see. Well, then... Oh, yes, a perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight, a theme park of olfactory and gustatory attractions. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? What do you mean? I've never... Oh, all right. Huh. The cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it out. What my true identity is. Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son of the owner of Seedy's restaurant. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never to return. We fought over cooking, you see. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey to becoming Gordon Gourmet. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the culinary arts. After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what Seedy's restaurant needed to regain its former glory.
You had a falling out because of the menu? But when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back, so the two of you could run the restaurant together, just like old times.
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, but it's too late. I can't go back now. The fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed of what I did. I can't face him again.
You mustn't feel that way, my son.
Father, how did you find me?
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, working hard to achieve your dreams. And now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it before. What can I say except that I am proud of you?
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back then, I doubt I would have recognized its greatness. But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant when you were struggling to keep it going.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes. Now let's get to it, shall we? Together. We'll make Seedy's a success again!
Quest complete! Alright, Chef's Hat, naturally. A pretty decent boost, easy quest. Your souls are mine. And they quickly disappear. Shut up, Hope!
A microcosm of culinary delight, did he say?
I never met Ranulph, and I don't care to meet him. I was just given his journal for safekeeping.
Want me to...
I'm sick and tired of everything and everyone. Leave me in peace, will you? Please?
You know what I'd prefer over that? If sometime you made me one of your specialty dishes.
I haven't spent much time in kitchens, but if you want something off a campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up. I was never as good a cook as Sarah, but I have been...
Okay. Actually, I forgot. I want to teleport now. So, yeah, I'm going to try this. Apparently, I can... Whether or not I could have did it on Internet Explorer, I don't know, but it's a lot easier on Google Chrome. I can like enable cookies for only 1 or 2 websites and stuff like that. That way, when I go to like any other sites, I can stop cookies from coming to that site, because I don't know exactly what causes viruses, but I notice sometimes I'll go to a page and then I go to that one page and then I got cookies up the ass. It's just so damn annoying. I really can't stand it. Anyway, before I end this day, I'm gonna buy a couple of these. I think there's a much better shield in a couple of days, but I've got plenty of gil and I kind of want these now, so yeah, let me get these. This is what I use to kill the dragon. I like this shield because it gives you pretty good hit points for this point and it increases my ATB speed. I really care more about speed than brute force for the most part.
Come again.
Not only that, but now I can finally take off these downloadable. Well, I'm going to keep that because I think that's still the fastest one I got. Let me see. I really don't think that anybody cares about downloadable content at this point. So if you want to chew me out for using downloadable equipment, then by all means, go ahead, have your fun. But yeah, guys, if there's one thing that really pisses me the fuck off is when I'm using my computer, then all of a sudden I get bugs up the ass, viruses everywhere, and then the damn thing stops working, and it's just shut up, Hope, shut up. I know, I gotta be. I really wish there was an option to stop Hope from talking because he just Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna try Google Chrome and try blocking cookies. I really don't like using antivirus programs. I don't know why. I'm just so uncomfortable using antivirus programs. I can't explain it because I guess the main reason why I don't like antivirus programs because I really don't feel like paying for anything else right now. Not that I ain't got the money, but you see, there are a lot of free antivirus programs, but most of those don't work very well. The ones that work really well, you gotta pay for them, and I don't have time for that stuff, you know. Because what's gonna happen is we're gonna get new viruses and more new viruses, and the people using, you're gonna have to upgrade to another service to get more protection, and you gotta pay for that, man. Fuck all that shit, man. So there's got to be a way to prevent viruses without actually using a virus program. So I'm gonna try blocking all my cookies and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to stick to Google Chrome and try blocking cookies and see if that helps. I got some friends on Facebook helping me out with that. Dominique, Team Go Hard Brand. I've got some other friends, my best friend. But like I said, I don't like virus. I don't like antivirus programs because they never work out for me. And in most cases, when I use a antivirus program, it actually makes my computer go a lot slower and makes it a lot worse than it was before. So that's actually the main reason why I don't like them, because it always fucks up my computer even more. So I'm just gonna have to watch what sites I go to, block all cookies except for YouTube, because unfortunately you have to use cookies on YouTube.
You can't read me. Final words?
Anyway, I don't have anything else I want to do on this day, so I'll meet you back at the Ark. Okay, we are now on day 8, so at this point, since I've already done all the main quests, the flower can't bloom anymore, because, you know, I've done everything I need to do to fight the final storyline boss and all that stuff. Okay, this. Army of One. Apparently, this thing is very different than it was in the first 2 games. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. I haven't fully learned exactly how to use this thing yet. It doesn't seem too good right now, especially when you're attacking last ones, because all the combos do like 1 hit and stuff like that on last ones. Now I heard that this thing is stronger later on in the game if you use like a certain weapon. Now this right here, this Overture, and there's another one, Lightning's original weapon from the first game. This. Exactly how much does this increase the damage by? Alright, let's not deal with that. Let's get a move on.
What do you want now?
I've come to help you remember what you've lost. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? You woke up from your crystal sleep with God's voice in your ear. He said you had to be the savior. But part of what made you lightning was missing, leaving a big empty hole in your heart.
Yeah, that's how it feels. It's like I've forgotten something important, something that I need.
Huh? Really? I thought you'd deny it. But it's okay. I'll help you remember.
Indestructible crystal. Even in the sea of chaos, it never loses its shine. I will become an eternal epitaph. Your memory will survive for eternity within a crystal tomb. This shall be my legacy and my atonement. But most of all, my final hope.
You wanted to protect her, so you fell into that crystal sleep. You became a tomb for a memory, a moment frozen in time, with Sarah's soul cocooned inside. So tell me, Lightning, where do you think Sarah is now?
Yes. I remember now. She was there, in my heart. I had her memories. They were inside me. I took them into the crystal. She was with me then. We should have been together the whole time.
Right. Now you're catching on. So, the hole in your heart?
Sarah's soul. That's what I'm missing.
And you know who took it out, don't you? Benevelza did when he woke you up to do his bidding. He must have messed with your memories too, and tried to make you forget about it.
And so he had the perfect motivation, or should I say hostage. He's gonna hold on to her until I've done what he wants.
Oh, I don't know if he thought it out that far. He's not very good with human emotions, that god of yours. Maybe he just threw her soul away and let it be swallowed up by the chaos.
But he promised me. He said as long as I did what I was told, he'd bring Sarah back to me. If he lied, then I don't care if he is a god. I'll destroy him.
Now that's more like the old Lightning. But do you really think you can take on a god?
Well, I wouldn't bet against me. I might have found a way to shut him down. A last resort if all else fails.
Oh, you've been brewing up contingency plans. Sneaky, Lightning. Very sneaky.
I haven't made up my mind yet. This world is finished. Soon it'll be gone forever. And Benevelza is the only one who can build us a new one. When he's done, then I'll decide.
So you'll play his game for as long as it takes to build the new world. Then you'll sit in judgment on him, you'll betray him and destroy him and steal the new world he labored to build. Is that your plan? I love it. Turning on God and making him a pawn in your own game. It's audacious. Oh, but little Hope is going to be so disappointed. He really does trust you, you know, and you're going to betray him. Oh, you did think about that, didn't you? You turn on God, you turn on Hope. Are you ready for that? Do you have it in you to fight him? Are you really prepared to kill Hope?
You think I'm not?
You answered a question with a question. That's an evasion. Got ya. But it's not a big deal. He looks like Hope and talks like Hope, but it isn't Hope anymore.
Are you saying he's a fake?
Sorry, but the only fake I know is Sarah.
Look, if you're gonna talk nonsense, this conversation is over. I've got better things to do.
Fine, Lightning. Let me make it all clear. Look around you and see the lies. The Sarah you talked to is a lie. Hope in his arc is a lie. How long is it going to take before you wake up? Before you realize that maybe, just maybe, you're a lie too.
Okay, that was very useful information. So that one cutscene pretty much told you exactly who we're going to fight at the end of the game. Anyway, can I buy any new stuff now? It's day... What day is this? This is day 8. I think on day 8 I can actually buy some more stuff. Not from him though. Let me see. Nah, he ain't got nothing to do. You suck. I don't know if it's day 8, 9, or 10, but at that point most of the shops start selling new stuff.
disaster! Those woolly-headed ovine have done it again! What goes on in those tiny heads of theirs? Why do they do this?
Sounds like you have more sheep trouble.
I'd say I do! The fuzzy sheep have effected a mass escape! Every single one of them gone!
Doctor, you must calm down.
What? Oh, sorry. You could hear me from over there?
They could hear you back in Luxarian, I'd say.
Oh, it's just I'm so upset. This young lady is Millie, a good friend of mine. Now, Millie, did you need something?
Nothing. It's just that, well, I think I know why the sheep ran away.
You do? Pray tell.
Last night I heard some kind of ruckus around the pens. I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm thinking it must have put the sheep into a panic. Maybe it was some kind of monster, and it tried to get at the sheep.
I see. So the sheep were terrorized by the occurrences of the night. Something reminded them of it, and they bolted en masse. Well, that certainly would explain their behavior. But I'm no closer to getting them back. It is near impossible to herd a whole flock of panicked sheep. The only thing that could drive them back is something bigger and scarier than what they saw in the night. Something like a chocobo.
Right. I thought this would come to me. You want me to round up your flock. Not that it would be a bad idea. My chocobo needs to stretch his legs.
Alright guys, you're probably going to hate sheep before this game is done with you, because I think we got to deal with sheep, what is it, like 4 or 5 times, and I forgot to turn these back on. No, not that. That's kind of annoying. I forgot to turn these back on. There we go. Anyway, this quest is actually kind of simple. All we got to do now is go find the sheep. It's exactly as we did it before. Only difference is now is you have to have your chocobo to complete it. All we gotta do is just lead them back to the gate. Where the hell is it? Okay, all we gotta do is lead the big one back to the gate like this. If he goes right, you go over there. If he goes left, you go that way. Just lead him back to gate. Where you going? No, over here. This way. Right, straight, left, straight. Get in there. Thank you. There you are, you little bastard. Here you go. Okay, I was going the wrong way. All right. Now this that's kind of annoying because this one's really slow. I gotta wait. Now I gotta loop it around this thing here. All right, come on, will you move? Go, no, go that way. Oh, I hate this quest. It's very annoying little quest here. The third one would probably be even more annoying if I didn't already stink all the monsters already. Go straight. Go straight. Now, go in there. Get in there, fucker. Okay. Now the third one, I remember what this one is, cause this one is it like a spot that you just can't forget. It's down here. Well, there's something up there I want to get first. Fifth sheep. Before I leave that one back, let me see what this is. I didn't see a point to picking up multiple of these once you hear the chocobo, until I realized the fact that all your items carry over to a new game plus, which means as when I start a new game plus, I can go ahead and heal the chocobo as soon as I get it, and that'll definitely come in handy. Way back here. Come on now, go straight. Now here comes the annoying part. I gotta loop it all the way over here to the left. Then I gotta make it turn all the way to the right. Stop. Go that way. No. Left. Straight. Straight. Go right. Go right. Go right. Now get in there. Get in there. Thank you.
Words are not enough to express the depth of my gratitude, but thank you.
Don't lose him again.
Indeed, that mystery remains unsolved. Why do they flee in the first place? Millie suggested that a monster put a scare into them. She's nowhere to be seen. That's not like her.
Things to do, maybe?
Yes, perhaps, but I'm a bit worried. She seems a little troubled in recent days.
If I see her, I'll talk to her.
I'd be grateful if you did. Ah, I almost forgot the most important thing of all. I must present you with your just reward.
Milk?
Perhaps this means nothing, but do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? I do.
That was basically a clue telling us that we need to talk to another person. Where'd she go?
I get a lot of business. I have a great selection.
Got selection of good things on sale, stranger. Warrior potion. I'm gonna use these until I get back to you, son, and buy some more Nectar of the Gods. Actually, does this last longer than Nectar of the Gods? Alright, anyway, he told us to talk to, what's her name? And the reason for that is because she's the one who you need to talk to actually complete the quest. But where the fuck did she go? Oh, come on, Square. You can do better than that.
What was I thinking? I'm a fool.
What are you talking about?
Well, all right, I'll confess. It was me who did it. I was the one who made all the sheep run away like that. There was no monster. There never was. In the dead of night, I saddled up a chocobo and rode around the pens, whooping and shouting.
And that's what panicked the sheep? But why would you do that?
Well, it's complicated. You see, I really wanted to give Dr. Sheep a reason to talk to you.
So that's what this has been all about. Wouldn't it have been easier to just introduce us, like normal people do?
He's been excited ever since he heard about your arrival in the Wildlands. But he's terribly shy, the doctor. He'd never be able to just approach a stranger, no matter how much I prodded him. Not in normal circumstances, it just wasn't going to happen, so I came up with a plan. I had to make him desperate enough that he'd totally need your help. Then he'd have to talk to you.
So you chased away all the sheep. That threw the doctor into a total panic. You figured that in his desperation, he'd forget his shyness and talk to me.
It does sound crazy looking back on it, but it worked. Except that since then, the sheep have been incredibly nervous and high-strung. Any little thing is enough to set them off stampeding out of their pens and into the wilderness.
Cannot be good for them.
I know, I feel terrible about the whole thing. All I wanted to do was help the doctor, but instead I've made him worried sick. Not to mention years of research almost went down the toilet.
If you're really sorry, you should tell the doctor what you did.
No, I couldn't. What if he ended up hating me?
If you don't, he's gonna keep worrying about what scared his sheep in the first place. Are you okay with that? You care for each other, don't you? Then tell him the truth.
Care for each other? What do you mean? That is to say, yes, we do, but...
You said it yourself. He's a very shy man, but he talks to you easily enough. Seems to me he thinks of you as something more than just a colleague. Just talk to him. He'll understand.
All right, I will. Thank you so much. You've been so kind to me, despite all the trouble I caused you.
Alright, quest complete. Cowboy hat, of course. Pretty good boost. Easy quest. Your soul is mine, baby. Okay, now, I could teleport back to the Wildland Station and do it that way. But it'd be better if I walk on foot because it's not that far. It's not that far. It'd be better if I just go on foot. I'll meet you back at the place where we can like plant seeds and stuff like that. Actually, now that I think about it, I do need to freeze time because the quest I'm doing requires that time go by. So if I freeze time now, that means when I plant the seed, I can come back at an earlier date instead of waiting till like the next day and stuff like that. Here's another merchant.
Just beyond the hill, you'll find your...
Oh, same guy. Okay.
Oh, thanks a lot.
That reminds me, guys. Apparently, there are various merchants in the game where they like move to different locations and stuff like that. This shadow trooper that I'm always using, apparently I got lucky by finding this thing. But I've been using it ever since I picked it up. So is it actually hard to get this outfit? I hope it carries over in New Game Plus. I really not find it again. Anyway, back here at the farms, I'm going to plant some vegetable seeds for 2 reasons. One, so I can speed up my chocobo healing in the New Game Plus. But mainly, I need to do this to do 3 side quests.
Oh, right. You wanted some greens, didn't you? You can borrow my field if you like, to grow some of your own.
I'm not a farmer.
You'll soon get the hang of it. You just need dirt, which I've got. And we've got the fertilizer that Father found. There you go. Can you see? The spots where I spread the fertilizer. Just plant seeds there and gazelle greens will sprout thick as weeds. Here, I'll give you your first seeds. The better the fertilizer, the more greens you can grow. Go find some and bring it back here.
As you see, since the game is explaining it to me, I didn't give a fuck about this thing at first. But now it's kind of important, so let's do these things, shall we? Let's start out by planting the seed right here. 6 hours.
Very nice. That's good fertilizer you found. Now you'll be able to grow an even bigger crop.
Every time I give her fertilizer, she'll make a new patch, so skip that. She says the same thing every time you do it.
Thank you for the flower safety. Anytime.
Okay, I don't have any more. Apparently, I only had 3 of them. It's gonna put one here, and I don't have one there. So anyway, these seeds aren't gonna sprout until another 6 hours from here. So I'll be back then. That would be what, 12 to about 3 o'clock. So I'll come back here around then. For now, let's go back to the research camp. Okay, back here in the research camp, and now that I think about it, I probably could have waited till this day to buy the stuff, but it's all good. Alright, let's talk to this girl right here. Tildia, yes. This game has a lot of hot girls in it, yes.
We still call ourselves a research team, but it doesn't mean much now. By the way, do you mind if I ask you a favor?
Alright, make a long story short, she wants us to pick up a lot of items for her to make a new recipe or whatever this thing is. This shouldn't be difficult at all because by the time you kill all the goblins and go to that rocky place and walk around the wildlands, you'll pick up everything you need. Trust me, this shouldn't even be a problem at all.
What exactly do you want?
I'm sorry to do this to you again, but I need more herbal ingredients. But this time, it's not for a dog.
Someone in the camp is sick?
They're not for me. Dr. Sheep over in Arias has been looking for certain ingredients for years. And I want to help him, if I can.
You know each other?
Not exactly, but I thought it would be a good way to introduce myself.
I get the picture. You've admired him from afar, and you think this will get him to notice you. Go on. Tell me I'm wrong.
No. I mean, you make it sound so underhanded.
If you say so. Short story is, you want to give the doctor a surprise present. Might be fun. I'll help.
You will? Thanks. It's just not something I could do on my own. Here, this is what I'm looking for. Frankly, everyone's forgotten what we were supposed to research. Thanks. This'll be the perfect way to introduce myself. I've dragged other people into helping me with this, so I can't back out of it now. I am going to visit Dr. Sheep right away.
Okay, now, technically I can go there now and complete the quest, but I am going to go there later to do another quest, and I can't do that until later on at night. This first one has no time limit, so I'll wait till later on to do that. Alright, and then there's this old fart right here.
If you have some room in your field, I'd like to use a patch.
This is private property.
Well, fuck you too. Unfortunately, you can't plant anything here until you've, for whatever reason, you can't plant anything here until you've picked up your first patch of greens at the other place. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to teleport back to Luxarian. But before I do that, let me get my points back up because I'm going to be teleporting a lot, actually. Because I'm tired of walking on foot. Fuck that. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go to every town off screen. And I'm going to buy, like, all the new outfits. No point in me showing that on screen because, you know, it'll make the movie a lot longer than it should be. And it'll take a long time to get it uploaded. But yeah, I'm just going to revisit every place, buy every item and stuff like that. Then I'll show you everything after I bought them. What I am going to show on screen, unfortunately, is that guy that we had to talk to for 3 days. You actually have to talk to him again on the 4th day to continue another quest. I'm turning my soul seeds.
Did you know?
No, I don't want to hear a story. Nobody cares about that. I don't. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, I gotta talk to this guy again. This fucker.
You mentioned you used to cover high-profile stories. I'm investigating a story for a friend. Do you know anything about a man named Ranulph?
Ranulph? Yes, I think I do. Yes, the poor man's wife and daughter were brutally murdered over some business dispute. Happened quite a while ago. He lost everyone he loved in the blink of an eye. What a tragedy.
That's some memory you have. This happened centuries ago.
My boss put me in charge of that story. It's one that's hard to forget.
That's lucky for us. Ranulph himself asked me to look into the case so he can know the truth. Do you think you can help?
Actually, I think I might be able to do just that. I can hardly refuse any favors from you now, can I? Except, I wonder if you wouldn't mind doing something for me in exchange. Nothing too time-consuming.
You already owe me.
Just to hear me out, please. You're helping all kinds of people, aren't you? Would you keep doing that, but when you're done, come tell me their stories.
Just their stories? Are you sure that's all you want from me?
Yes, I want to write something that will inspire people and lift their spirits. What better subject than you?
Okay, so to make a long story short, before he tells us what he knows, he wants us to do one of these side quests. And I can show you. You gotta talk to this fucker 4 days, 4 different days before you actually trigger this. So chances are you would have done both of these.
I've done what you asked.
I knew you could do it. That's great news for everyone. You'll be an inspiration to my readers. This will make a fantastic article.
I'm not one to preach morality, but doesn't that violate some sort of reporter ethics? Writing stories that you helped create?
The job of a reporter is to follow the truth, and that's what I'm doing. But if we're being completely honest, the real reason I asked for that favor isn't for a story. My real purpose was to observe you and watch you in action.
What do you mean? Why me?
I know who you are now. You help people, and in doing so you save their souls. That's the duty you've been assigned by you-know-who upstairs. You are the savior, aren't you?
You knew who I was all along.
Let's just say I had a hunch. But don't worry, your secret will be safe with me. I won't tell anyone. Oh, by the way, I looked into Ranulph's past. I found something that might be helpful.
Okay, now see, that's what I'm talking about. I love the game, but it's got a lot of flaws in it. And like I said, it's very convenient for us, but it just looks funny on the screen. I don't think Square noted. I don't think Square thought that anybody would actually point this out. Okay, he said that I wanted to observe you, and I've been watching you. I know who you are now. And by the way, I looked into his journal. Okay, so you're telling me that you did all that in a split second when I was standing right here in front of you? You see what I'm talking about?
The case was cold for a long time. But it turns out they did find a suspect in the end.
So, was he arrested?
I don't know if this is good news or not, but the person in question appears to have passed away some time ago. Once the authorities saw the death certificate, they stopped the investigation.
You're right. I don't know if that's good or bad news. So who was the person behind this?
Some lowlife that was part of a criminal organization, specialized in petty crime. The Order had been on his trail for a while. But he was a wily little rat, managed to stay one step ahead. He went through aliases, but the one on the death certificate was Reddick.
Reddick? I met someone with the same name in the Warren. He said he'd been in hiding for a long time.
Could it be the same man? Is it possible he's still alive? But there was a death certificate and everything.
He mentioned that he was dead in the eyes of the law. And he also knew where Ranulph's journal was.
Do you think he managed to fake his own death by forging the document to escape the Order's scrutiny? I suppose that could be possible. Then it looks like the case has been solved. We found our man. I'll go through the records again, in case we missed something.
Shut up, Hope!
The man in the Warren with no name. Are you gonna tell Ranulph about this?
If it really was Reddick, there's something I want to ask him first. Let's go to the Warren and see if he'll talk.
Okay, we are back at the Wildlands. Let me show you some of the toys I picked up. Our screen. We have, I downloaded this. Moogle Queen. I fucking hate Moogles. Loyal Servant, Deja Vu, this thing here, I can't pronounce it. Santa Fox, Intruder, Splendid Admiral, and Candy Rabbit. Out of these, I would say this is the one you probably care about because it gives you bravery when you switch, so that's pretty good. Alright, so let's get a move on. It is now 14 o'clock, so I should be able to pick up my seeds real soon. Here's Odin waiting on me. Very, very nice. Apparently, they paid attention to little small details, like when Lightning is dressed up as Air, she sits on a tugboat in a different way than she would normally because she can't spread her legs now, unfortunately. Anyway, back here. Okay, they have not sprouted yet. Yeah, I got here just in time. You saw that? Yeah, they suddenly just grew. Let me see this one. The third one right here. Let me see. This one right here. I never planted one here? That sucks. I thought I planted one there. I didn't. But anyway, they sprouted up as soon as I got here, so they will just suddenly grow out of nowhere. Anyway, now that we picked our first Gessel Greens, let's teleport back to the old fort. By the way, guys, I'm not trying to be rude, just that's what he is. He's a grumpy old man.
If you have some room in your field, I'd like to use a patch.
Do as you will.
Apparently, for whatever reason, you can't do this until you've picked the greens from the other farm. Why, I don't know.
So, how long does it take for vegetables to grow in this field?
I'd wager about half a day.
about half a day. So that'll be 2:45 in the morning. I guess we'll come back here then. In the meantime, now I need to go back to the other village, but I don't want to go on foot because it is a very, 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 very long walk. So, you guessed it, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight monsters until I get my points back. But then, look, I run into a chocobo eater too, and it won't take long to do it. But of course, all I get is goblins. Alright, I got all my points back. So now I'm getting ready to head back to the sheep village. I gotta tour around with the sheep again for a third time. But first, before I do that, let me go back to this 3-day tier girl back at the South Station. She shows up at 16 o'clock, so. And let me turn my soul seeds in again.
You got any seeds?
This guy gets all my soul seeds. I want to give some to the girl in Yusan. There she goes. See her? She appeared out of nowhere.
You're missing out on... Hello? Would you like to buy some tears? I can make you a great deal. I swear you won't regret it.
You're selling your tears? That's not something you see every day.
That's right. People say my tears are beautiful and majestic. They can't get enough. Some even call them the tears of an angel. Would you like to see? Never mind. I guess I can't sell them to you.
But you've already taken my money.
Don't dwell on the money. It's not about that. I can't sell my tears to just anybody you know.
I've never met a merchant who was bold enough to choose their customers.
I know, but I'm special. I can't give you a refund, but instead you can ask me anything you want. Anything at all.
No thanks, I'd rather not.
Then what if I tell you a story that'll make you want to ask me something? You see, I used to be an actress. This was a long time ago. But then, one day, that thing happened. And I had to quit. I can't do much, but I can cry on cue. That's what prompted me to start this business. Come on, aren't you even the teeniest bit curious why I quit acting?
Not really, but I'll listen if you want me to.
Reverse psychology, huh? I'm not falling for that. Besides, I already gave you your money's worth. And that's all for today. If you want more, come back another time.
Alright, so who the hell raised this kid? So you're probably wondering how come I didn't do this when I came here to pick up the seeds. It's because I needed my points to be high so I can teleport back and forth. And not only that, but like I said, there's a mission down here that can't be done until a certain time of the day. And I needed to be in Luxurian around this time to talk to that 3-day tier girl or whatever. What the fuck? I mean, what the hell am I gonna do with a pack of tears? This game got some weird people in it. Okay, guys, and we are back in the village. Now, if you remember, that girl told us to meet her back at the farm so she could talk to this guy.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm here to help you. Here, I've brought you these.
Are these what I think they are? Yes! All the natural ingredients I've been searching for. This will advance my research immeasurably. I am in your debt, young lady, whoever you might be.
You really don't know who I am, do you?
No, I'm afraid not. Should I? Have we met before? I am terrible with people's faces, you know. Now, if you were a sheep...
I guess it's not you after all. You can't be Deet. If you were, you'd surely remember me.
Did you say Deet? How do you know my real name? Wait, are you... Can it be? Are you Tilda, my sister?
Deet! It is you! I knew it!
Just a second. You two are long-lost siblings? You're actually Dr. Sheep's sister?
Yes, yes! We got split up hundreds of years ago. It happened back when the chaos first poured into the world. I never thought I'd find you out here. I mean, when I first saw you, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was so long ago, after all.
Yes, I could say the same. Why, I'd long given up hope that you were still alive. But I don't understand. Why didn't you come to me right away?
I was afraid. I didn't know what I'd do if you weren't really my brother. No one knew your name, either. Everyone called you Doctor. So, I just waited.
Until you found an excuse to approach him.
Yes, although if I had to be totally honest with myself, the fact is, I was just putting it off for as long as I could.
It's your fault, Doctor. Now how could you forget your own sister's face?
But I didn't. I mean, I did, but I thought she was dead. She looked familiar, but I had no reason to expect my sister to be here. It was inconceivable.
Deet, I looked for you for so long.
And I too, dear sister. I'm sorry. I should have known it was you right away.
It's all right. I'm just so happy that you're alive. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true.
All right, for someone who's supposed to be shy, he's pretty loud, isn't he? All right, yellow ribbon, decent boost, easy quest. Your soul is mine.
Sister, it's been far too long. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, so if you two have a lot of catching up to do, where did she go? Where did she go? If you Alright guys, this is a voiceover. I was originally going to include 2 more missions on this one episode, but unfortunately the movie is already an hour long, it seems. So we're going to go ahead and end this thing right here, and we'll see you later. Take it easy.